letting go. We hear it a lot, and people or teachers encourage us to let go. But how? How to let go? Like, so difficult. We usually cling in whatever we like or dislike. So I think today we finish DVAYATΑNUPASSANA Sutta, what we discussed many weeks before. And the last two contemplations, what need to be done exactly for this purpose, to develop let go, to develop first disenchantment, disillusion with whatever we experience, and this leading to let go. This help you to just release all the clinging what we have and let go. So again, I would remind that this kind of vipassana contemplation, they need to be done when the mind is settled, when the mind is prepared for this, like I would say, kind of advanced contemplations. But if we want to become advanced practitioners, we need to practice this advanced stuff time after time. So just doing sitting and just like watch the breath always, nothing else, you would develop a good stableness of mind, stability of the mind, maybe one-pointedness, concentration, but it would not increase your wisdom. So we need to reflect on some dhamma and to see it in our experience. And then early we start it to do, then better. So the contemplation what Buddha give us call idam satyam on Pali, and it means this is true. So, and the explanation is whatever in this world, like with all kind of beings, with the people, different kind of people, poor people like kings and royalty. So whenever these people may think or have assumption, like whatever they may imagine, I would say, that this is true. Like people think this is true. Like all population think this is true. For an Arya person, for a noble person, for an enlightenment person, it's false. So he considers it's false. And other way around, whatever all world perceive it, it's false. The Arya person, noble person, he know that this is true. So what is this? What is this about? Like, whatever I don't know. I think that like in teams dana would be always the same. You know, I think like in teams dana very tasty, like very good. And I come, for example, today Wednesday, and then I would come on Sunday, and I expect the Wednesday dana in Sunday. I have a perception that this is true. In teams dana is like this, like vegetables, these things. But I come on Sunday, what we have? We have a market food, you know? Different food. So it means like whatever perception of reality we have in our mind, whatever mental representation, whatever map we would have, it's just a map. It's not a reality. It's our assumption. It's our imagination. It can be ideal, like we see a map of Malaysia, for example. Yeah, it can be detailed with all the like places and stuff like this. But is it a real Malaysia? Can we say that the map is real Malaysia, even the so deep map? No, we cannot say that. It's just a map. It's helpful for go somewhere from one place to another. It's helpful to explain to someone what it means, like where I stay or where I go. But it doesn't bring you the experience of place where I stay. So, and in the same way, whatever we may experience, whatever we may perceive, it's just a map. It's just a representation of reality. That's how we perceive the things. And how I perceive the things, how, for example, you perceive the things can be different. And it doesn't mean the reality is different, the reality is changed. It just means that I have my own condition, what condition my view or sanya. Like a good example can be like the person who can see like green color as a red, you know. So for him it's clear red, but for me it's green, and we can argue, we can even fight, but who is right? No one is right, because it's just my experience of green and majority of people. But some people experience as a red, some people experience as a blue even. There's a like kind of variation. So, and we have a tendency, all world have a tendency to perceive that, to know or to believe that whatever we perceive, whatever we see, whatever we think about things, this is true, this is as it is. So it's interesting that even about Dhamma, like we may think like this is a Nibbāna, yeah, like Nibbāna is like this. But for Arya person, whatever, how good we can kind of describe Nibbāna, for a noble person, personal experience of Nibbāna would be different from our description. So it's one level. Another level we can get free. Attaninam attamani passalokam sadevakam nivattam namarupasmim idam satchanti manyati. So whatever people in the world or any being in the world, they see or perceive in the namarupa, in the mentality and materiality, so in any experience, they perceive its self, that there is a self in this experience. What doesn't have self? So whatever I may like experience, yeah, smell, taste, or like even my bodily experience, my thoughts, it's easy, or even entire world think that it's my thoughts, it's my body, it's I go and I wish. But for Arya person, for a noble person, it's not like this. It's just a thought, it's just the idea, it's just the feelings, it's just a bodily sensation. It's nothing to do with me or my. And also like it cannot be called like as a true self, like atta, jiva they call it. So yena himanyati tato tan hoti anyata tan tatas musa hoti mosadhamman hitan ittaram. So whatever we may imagine, in reality it's otherwise. So it's referring exactly to idea of the self. And Buddha called it musadhamma. It means like false true or false reality. So it cheats us, it deceives us. So I speak, yeah, something come to my mind, I read it, and it cheats me that there is I am, I do this, I have this idea, I have this thought. So all this designed, all these things just make in a way that like you start to believe that there is a self, there is other person, there is I. So for sure, how you can say that there is no self. And ittaram, there is a word. It means it's changing. Like it's always changing. It's never stable. Whatever, even I may perceive like my body is like this. After 10 years, my body would be different. Experience of body would be different. Or whatever idea now I have, okay, now I understand the Dhamma. After like 5 years, whatever I thought 5 years before, I would think, oh, ashamed now, how you can think like this? So your understanding develop. Or other way around, if I don't develop, if I stop study, for example, stop practice, then my understanding can become more sluggish. And so it's just flexible, it's just a niche. It cannot be like my true self. And amosadhamman nibbānam tad arya satchato vidu. So the Buddha say Nibbāna, it's amosadhamma, it's like not deceiving nature. It doesn't have this untrue nature. And it's good here to understand that it doesn't say that Nibbāna have a quality of not deceiving. Yeah, it's one thing. It says that Nibbāna, it does not have a quality of deceiving. So the difference is, if we try to put any quality to Nibbāna, it would be just our imagination. It would be not exactly description of Nibbāna. But we can say what Nibbāna is not. So this we might say, but so it's subtle difference. Yeah, like even in Pali, like or in English, it's almost the same sentences. But the assumption that whatever we can imagine about things, especially about Nibbāna, because Nibbāna go beyond any experience, whatever we can imagine or perceive. So just be clear that it's something beyond. It's something what we cannot describe. And the noble one, they see it as it is. And after they see it as it is, they become free from any desire. So they become satisfied with whatever they have completely. And parinibbūta, so say the fire gone, the fire of lust, the fire of hate or delusion, just gone. It's not anymore. So it's about letting go, yeah. Like in the practical level, we can, again, with stable mind, with a prepared mind, we can try to see how I start to believe that all my assumption, all my perception, it's a real, it's a true. How, and just try to notice it. How this perception kind of cheat me that okay, this is true, this is reality, and how this, and is it so? Like Buddha always encouraged, like, to check. Is it so? So we need to check the Buddha's teaching, and also we need to see where we stuck in a self, like whatever I perceive as a my or I, and try to notice, try to investigate, is it so? Is it really my or I? And the last, in this sutta, the last contemplation, called idam sukham. So the same way what we discussed before, whatever in this world all beings can perceive idam sukham, this is sukha, this is happiness, this is pleasure, this is satisfaction. For a noble one, for an Arya person, this is dukkha, this is dissatisfaction, this is suffering, and other way around. So, yeah, let us read the Gatha and discuss it a little bit. Rupa saddha rasa gandha passa dhamma chakevala. Whatever experience, like forms, sounds, taste, smell, touchables, tangibles, and thoughts, all together, ittara kanta manapacha yavativa tivuchati sadeva kassa loka etivo sukha samata. So when this pleasant experience exists, and when this pleasant experience happening, this considered as a sukha in the world. So when I experience anything pleasant, like drink anything, have a taste, or like hear some nice sound, and as soon as it's there, this considered as a happiness. As soon as it's there, it's a happiness for the world. Yatati nirujhanti tanne sam dukkha samatam. But when it ceases, when it stops this experience, this considered as a dukkha. This considered as a dissatisfaction or suffering. So it's true, it's real kind of worldly view, yeah. When I have a good experience, I'm happy. When I don't have this experience, I'm not happy anymore because I want to get this good experience. Sukhanti dithan arihya sakkaya sauparodhanam pachanikan idan hoti sabbalokena passatan. But the sukha and happiness for the Arya person, for the noble person who has seen, who have a direct experience, it's a sakkaya sauparoditam. So it's a cessation of sakkaya. Sakkaya, it's a identification. I identify what we discussed before. I identify with body or ideas or any consciousness or wish or desire. So when I have identification, this is sakkaya, yeah. But when I don't have identification, it's stopping of this sakkaya. And when this is happening, this is the noble one considered as a happiness, as a true satisfaction. And the next sentence is like, how it's really otherwise from words think about. Like how really it's totally opposite direction where words usually think. And in the world even we have a disease when the person, it's a mental disease, when person lost himself, you know, he don't remember anymore who is he and stuff like this. And there's a problem, yeah, like. But of course, in this example, he's not a noble one, yeah? He's not the enlightenment one. So he just believes that he's someone who forgot the mind. So he still has this idea of self, that I'm someone who just forgot myself. So, yeah. But so it's so different from whatever we accustomed or we like. Maybe I was taught in the school and university or whatever you study. Usually, it's a, like direct way. You want to be happy? Just get your happiness. Go and struggle for your happiness. Like attain your happiness. Yes, we need to attain the happiness, but through letting go, through really let go of clinging or attachment. It's also in a way effort. It's a strong effort because it's a go to different direction. But it's an effort of continuity. Like do it again and again, always and always. Try to see how letting go, like release your suffering, how you become more happy. And this leads you to, again and again, this kind of contemplation. Okay, to sum up, So we need to watch our mind and in stable state to see again whatever assumption, how they create suffering, how this idea believes that it is true can create suffering, how the idea of self can create suffering, how this my or I, and try to notice in your experience what you perceive as a sukha, what you perceive as a happiness, and is it a true happiness, or Buddha maybe made this point not just without the reason, there is a reason behind this. Try to understand in your experience, not only in scriptures. So, and I wish all of us to really become advanced practitioners and be able to personally realize all these truths and attain Nibbāna. Sadhu, sadhu.